share, Tiffany. So I'm grateful for everything. It's meeting you guys and the spirit just being in the midst of all of this to help transition. And I was like, Lord, I got to do something a little different, but I need to be with the right people to get the information to transcend to the next levels. And I know without a shadow of a doubt. And then I'm looking at Raza when we had the Zoom meeting, and I was like, wow, you look so different. Like, wait a minute. You lost. You would tell me I see you lost a lot of weight, man. You're looking like a whole different person, you know. And then he shared his story with me, and all this thing had happened, and just look how I said, I'm so grateful God saved your life because you truly have a calling on you, and you are truly transcending people across the globe.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you.
we thank God for you and Imrana and all the things that you guys are doing, and I'm excited to get to learn this on a grander scale of taking the business to new heights. And my team is excited, and everybody's ready to rock and roll.
Oh, you make my hand, the
Thank you
hair
for
on my
allowing me to
face
share.
stand. We
Thank
first
you for allowing me to share.
Oh no, thank you for trusting us. Thank you. This happened out of nowhere. I did not expect Tiffany to call, and I mean, literally, the only thing we talked about when she called us what was happening to her, and I just wanted to listen because she really went through it. Okay, and then she said something at the end of it. We didn't talk about the business at all. Okay, at the end of it, this is how the business works. You have to make friends. It's not about the business only. You have to make friends. And she said, Imrana, I never talked about it so openly in a long time. It's healing, right? But to me, I was just listening to what a friend went through. I didn't want to talk about the business. I wanted to hear what she's going through. And at the end, she said, oh, okay, let me tell you also why I called. And then she explained that she's talked to people. Tiffany, I'm so sorry. I hope I'm not like making you hurting you in any possible way. But it was
You're not.
okay. It was very special to me that she trusted me to share things that, just with her father passing away, and it was kind of like an accident. How do we unspotlight her so she can have some privacy? Um, um, Going through what she did, it was very tragic. And then at the end, she said, I went to one of my business partners and I said, I own the business, right? And he laughed at her. And she said, and that just ever since then, it hasn't sat right with me. Remember, Tiffany, you told me this, and I was just like, oh my gosh.
Oh, yes, yes. That young lady, she was telling me about the factors in the company and that I had partnered with too, and I had really things just weren't going right. And so when she said that he kind of laughed at when there's no integrity, and when you share with me leaders without any integrity, and the things that I already had gone through, this is tough linking up with the right people to help you really understand the growth in the business, right? And so when she said that the leader told her, well, you know, it just is what it is. I just won't share all the details of it, but it definitely showed that he lacked integrity, and everything that I had experienced was all, it was just the third strike. It was a straw that broke the camel's back. Leadership is important. When you're putting you're plugging into systems as you grow your business, and really understanding that we're growing a business, not being an independent contractor, but you're actually building an agency. There's a difference. And I literally just, you read the fine print, but you may not understand it. So you just go with it because you just haven't had an insurance granddaddy to break it down for you. And then so once you have someone break that down for you, you can't unlearn what you've heard.
Yeah.
You have to share that and still try to process how to dissect and really understand where you're growing your roots, what you're plugging into, and how powerful that is. And so, yes, I'd already told my cousin before I hurt my head that my plan was to connect with you guys, but then everything just happened. And so, so for that sparked it for me. And I said, I gotta call my insurance granddaddy. And I wish I was like, man, I got. So she was like, "You're what?" I said, "My insurance granddaddy." And I said, "I can't think of his name, but he told me to just think of him as my insurance granddaddy." And so thank God for that, you know. And so it just kind of sparked everything else. And I acted that, you know, and I said, "I'm gonna pray tonight." I said, "I gotta remember their names." I said, "God hears my prayer and he answers me quickly. I know he's gonna bring me the information to find their names so we can not be in this situation and you should not feel like the way you're feeling at this moment." And so
And our
here
name's
we are
not easy.
today. And this was last week.
That
Yeah.
is amazing. And our
You
name's
know,
not easy by any means.
I just want to clear up, it's not like who's your daddy, okay? The granddaddy came from it's like, because I've been in the business since 2018. So when we met for lunch a year ago, I said, hey, I'm who they call the insurance granddaddy because I've been around 17 years in the industry doing it full time. So just so clarification,
Yeah.
that's why
I like the clarity.
Well, I said insurance granddaddy, yes, and he just called me that, and then so I said I'm gonna get Raza a shirt, insurance, the insurance granddaddy,
She
you
did.
know,
She did.
because of the way you power. And every call that we've had with the one-on-ones has been so powerful. There, you know, everything just flows with ease, and the way you really help people to get their questions answered, the experience just exudes from you, and it's just so smooth, and you can tell that you are passionate about what you do. You care about our future and how we build our agencies, and I'm just excited to link arms with you guys.
100%, Tiffany. I thank you for your trust, and we won't let you down. That is the goal. And she's an executive director. We already projected because she's growing so fast, and we will help her make sure that she hits it. Hopefully by December, that's the goal. If not, hey, February, whatever, it doesn't matter. But we will definitely get to that point. Thank you, Tiffany, for sharing your insight. I hope that helps someone. It doesn't matter if you talk to someone and they don't join you right away. You see that? It doesn't matter. If they're right, somehow they're gonna show back up in your life, like Tiffany showed up again in our life, right? You just have to make friends at the end of the day. Go out to eat with them. She was very happy with where she was. We only talked about at the end of the whole thing, it was more about doing bigger policies with unique products like annuities and
we talked about collaboration, right?
We talked about collaboration.
So whenever we try to recruit somebody or want them to be part of business, we never throw up on them or force them or make them look bad or talk negative about their company. We never did that. We just talked about collaboration. Right. Yeah. I said, hey, keep doing what you're doing. But if you have a client like this, because she's also does real estate and so we do infinite banking.
These other businesses
so we too. You can maybe just place those clients with us, keep doing what you're doing, where you're doing. And it was very non-threatening, or, a lot of time people get into a tussle and a argument. Mine is better than yours. We never do that. We always approach other agents with a collaborative mindset.
Yeah, because she wanted to do those annuities and the IULs.
Oh, we didn't know that at that time, right?
Yeah, it was just a conversation. But if we approach everybody, that's 101 of recruiting. Like I said, if people are good people, just make friends.
Yeah, because you want good people around you, right?
Yeah.
You don't want a team member that you can't invite to your home Thanksgiving or birthday. Who do you want to be in your home is who your recruit should be, right? Every single member in our team, in our agency, is like family. I have no problem inviting 99%, except for maybe a couple, but
actually no, but